So Vane is an exploration mystery game. It's very much about exploring this open, strange world and finding out what's happening in the world and what your role is in it. We don't really say very much about it. It's very much up to the player to find something that interests them and then to go from there. It's sort of an open environment combined with a wordless narrative that will funnel you in a focused direction down the story that we want to tell. A large portion of the gameplay takes place as a bird, and you'll see here we're flying through the desert. It's supposed to be a very calm and relaxing experience. You can flap to accelerate and gain height. You can dive also to gain some speed and sort of level out. And but overall, it's just very much a game about wandering around in this environment, finding something interesting, and there's a mystery to be uncovered here. So, discovering that mystery and then finding out more details about it, and eventually it involves you to a great degree, and you have to sort of piece together what that role that you play is and how much of it you actually want to play. So we try to guide the player through subtle hints like that glimmering gold in the distance. There's also interactive elements here in the landscape, like this flock of birds down here that's just hanging out by this pond. They'll, if I come close to them, they'll follow me. And so now I've got this whole crew of birds. They'll be following me around, sort of shooting in front of me, playing around. It's very much just supposed to feel like a relaxing kind of almost social experience with these other birds here. So this world will change over time as you play through it, and as you discover its secrets, it'll begin to change, and you'll start to see other aspects take shape. The landscape itself will transform. In this world, time can be unreliable, so where one chapter might be at the beginning of the world like this, another chapter might be much later. So now I'm following these golden glints. We can see that as I get close to them, the outline of my character is starting to become indistinct. So this glinting material clearly has some sort of influence. As I fly away, we can see that I'm back to normal. And there's another golden glint in the distance that I'm going to approach. And now I can see that there's this cavern here. Maybe I should investigate. In this darkness, the other birds are scared to follow me. So they've left me to explore this alone. And what began as a cavern now starts to show features of distinct building, like these stairs in the wall or those columns over there. Maybe this is the remnants of someone who used to live here. And here's a pile of golden material. It's got the same corruptive effect. I'm losing control, and we see a transformation. That's it.
Oh,
We're loading the next scene. Now this is clearly a different time. There's a huge tower in the middle of the world and a storm billowing all around. Whether this is later in time or much earlier in time, it's not clear. The character is actually supposed to be holding a golden object here. Unfortunately, the material is not functioning correctly. But so, the character's running with some urgency given the dramatic nature of the storm surrounding him. This shelter that I was aiming for was destroyed by the storm, so I can't go that way. I'll go to the right instead. And here's a path that it seems I can walk down. As we walk down this path, we get a nice view of what looks like a gigantic city over there. And the storm's moving relentlessly in. You can see that the storm's still closing in. I've got to hurry if I want to avoid being sucked in.
Getting close to ripping one.
So over there, it looks like I might find some shelter, so I'm going to make my way to that tower. While all around me, the ground itself is getting ripped up by the forces of the wind. Looks like I've made it to safety. And the fate of that character will remain a mystery.